Victor is one of the saddest characters in From because he feels like someone who survived but never really got to live. Everyone else arrives in the town as an adult, or at least with a life behind them. They had homes, families, jobs, arguments, mistakes, and memories from the real world. Victor did not get that chance. The town took him when he was a child, killed almost everyone around him, and then somehow left him behind. That is what makes him so interesting. In a place where people die so easily, Victor has survived for decades. And the more the show goes on, the harder it becomes to believe that this was just luck. At first, Victor seems like the strange man who knows more than he says. He draws pictures, he hides things, he speaks in a childish way, and he reacts to danger before anyone else understands what is happening. But that is not because he is stupid or simple. It is because Victor has been shaped by the town more than anyone else. He did not just survive one tragedy. He survived the original nightmare that the current characters are only starting to understand. He walked out after one night and found the town emptied by death. His mother was gone, his sister was gone, the people he knew were gone, and after that, he had to keep living in the same place where it happened. That alone makes him important. Victor is living proof that the town has a past. Before Boyd, before the Matthews family, before Jade, before Donna, there was Victor. He is the bridge between the old cycle and the new one. Everyone else is trying to solve the town from the outside, but Victor is almost part of the town's memory. He remembers things nobody else can remember, even if those memories are broken, buried, or hidden behind fear. In a show where memory matters so much, that makes Victor more than just a survivor. It makes him a witness. The big question is why the town allowed that witness to remain alive. The creatures killed almost everyone else from Victor's time, so why not him? One simple answer is that Victor survived because his mother hid him well. Miranda knew something was wrong and she protected him the only way she could. Maybe that part really was human. Maybe Victor lived because his mother made the right choice in the last few minutes she had. But From usually does not let things stay that simple. In this show, survival often feels like part of a bigger design. People do not just end up where they are by accident. The town gives, takes warns, tricks, and tests. So Victor being left alive may have been useful to whatever force controls the place. That is where the theory becomes interesting. Victor may have been left alive because the town needed someone to carry the memory forward, but not clearly enough to stop the cycle too early. That is the cruel balance of his character. He remembers enough to help, but not enough to explain everything. He has drawings, warnings, names, places, and flashes of the past, but he also has trauma blocking the full truth. So he becomes a kind of broken map. The answers are inside him, but they are scattered. He can guide people toward the truth, but he cannot simply hand it to them. That feels very deliberate. If Victor remembered everything clearly, the show might already be over. He could tell everyone what happened, who Christopher was, what Miranda tried to do, what the children are, and why the town repeats itself. But because he was a child when it happened, and because the trauma damaged him so deeply, his memory comes out in pieces, a drawing here, a warning there, a strange reaction to something nobody else understands. It is almost like the town let the message survive, but damaged the messenger. And that may be the point. Victor is important because he represents the cost of knowing this place for too long. Boyd is being slowly broken by the town. Tabitha is being pulled deeper into its history. Jade is becoming obsessed with symbols and visions, but Victor is what happens when the town gets decades to work on someone. He is not crazy in the normal sense. He is someone who learned to survive by becoming smaller, quieter, and more childlike. He froze himself in the moment of his worst trauma because moving on would mean facing everything he lost. That is why his drawings matter so much. They are not just creepy clues. They are his way of keeping history alive. Victor may not be able to explain everything like a normal adult, but he can draw what he saw. He can preserve the things his mind is afraid to say out loud. In a strange way, his drawings are the town's archive. They are records of places, people, events, and warnings that would otherwise be lost. Everyone else is looking for answers in the forest, in the tunnels, in the lighthouse, in the bottle trees, and in the monsters. But some of the answers have been sitting with Victor the whole time. There is also something important about Victor being a child survivor. The heart of From seems to connect deeply to children, the ghostly children, the sacrifice, the idea of saving them, and the repeated failure of adults to protect them. Victor fits into that pattern. He was a child the town did not take. That makes him different from the other children in the story. The ghost children seem trapped because adults failed them. Victor is the child who escaped the massacre, but only physically. Emotionally, he stayed trapped with them. He grew older, but part of him never left that night. So maybe Victor was left alive because he is the living opposite of the sacrificed children. They are dead but trying to be remembered. Victor is alive but trying not to remember. That contrast feels too strong to ignore. The children want the truth brought back. Victor has spent his life pushing the truth away because it hurts too much. And now as the story moves forward, those two sides are starting to meet. The dead children need someone to remember. Victor is one of the only people who can. Another theory is that Victor was protected by the boy in white. The boy in white has always had a strange connection to him. He appears to Victor when Victor is young, and Victor seems to trust him in a way he does not trust most people. If the boy in white is trying to guide certain people toward breaking the cycle, then saving Victor makes sense. Victor would be useful later, not because he is a hero in the usual way, but because he has seen the old version of the story. The boy in white may have known that one day new people would arrive, and Victor would be needed to help them understand what happened before. But there is another darker possibility. Maybe Victor was not saved by the good side. Maybe he was spared because the town enjoys leaving someone behind. From is a cruel show, and the town often hurts people in ways that go beyond simple death. Sometimes death would almost be easier. Victor being left alive means he had to live with the silence after the massacre. He had to grow up surrounded by the same houses, the same roads, the same forest, and the same monsters. He became a reminder of what the town can do to a person without killing them. That makes his survival feel almost like punishment. The town may have wanted a witness, not out of mercy, but out of cruelty. It left one child alive to remember the loss, then made remembering too painful for him. That is the kind of evil From likes to play with. The monsters do not only kill bodies. The town breaks minds, families, faith, and hope. Victor is the longest example of that. He is what survival looks like when survival itself becomes another kind of trap. Still, Victor is not only tragic, he is also one of the most important hopes in the story. He proves that the town can fail. Whatever happened that night, whatever plan was in motion, Victor survived it. That means the system is not perfect. The town can miss someone, it can be resisted, it can leave pieces behind, and sometimes those pieces become dangerous later. That may be why Victor matters so much now. He is not powerful like Boyd, brave in a normal way like Donna, curious like Jade, or driven like Tabitha. But he has something none of them have. He has time. He has memory. He has seen the town change, repeat, and hide itself. He knows that certain things matter before everyone else does. And even when he cannot explain why, the story keeps showing that people should listen to him. Victor was left alive because the story needs someone who carries the wound of the past into the present. He is the reminder that this nightmare did not begin with the people we are following now. It has been going on for a long time, and every new group that arrives is stepping into something older than them. Without Victor, the town would feel like a mystery with no memory. With Victor, it feels like a place with a buried history trying to claw its way back out. The saddest part is that Victor may not even realize how important he is. He sees himself as broken, strange, and afraid. But in From, that brokenness might be exactly why he matters. He has carried the truth badly, painfully, and imperfectly, but he has still carried it. And maybe that is why he survived. Not because he was chosen in some glorious way, but because someone had to remain. Someone had to remember the shape of the nightmare, even if they could not face it all at once. In the end, Victor being alive is not just a mystery, it is one of the emotional centers of the show. He is the child the town failed to erase. He is the adult who never escaped his childhood. He is the memory everyone needs, even when he cannot fully understand it himself. And if From is really about breaking a cycle, then Victor may be one of the most important keys, because cycles do not break when people simply survive them. They break when someone finally remembers what happened, understands why it happened, and finds the courage to face the thing they spent their whole life hiding from.